Hey all you crafties out there, Lego Crafter2 over here. Today, as part of our cooking and baking series, which I apologize I have not done in a while, today we are going to be making some stuffed shells. So, what you're going to need for this is, first off, you need a pot filled with water, a strainer, a 9 by 13 inch pan. It does not have to be glass though. Then you are going to need some jumbo pasta shells, 2 tablespoons of a chopped onion, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of dry parsley for the sauce, and half a teaspoon of parsley for shell mixture, which is basically 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 eggs, 3 cups of ricotta cheese, 1 16-ounce package of mozzarella cheese, and half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Then we have a 14-ounce container of tomato sauce. And then you just need your measuring equipment, spoon. So let's get right into this. So the first thing you are going to do is you are going to boil your shells. So you're going to put the pot on the stove, start the stove, let the water boil, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so as you can see, our water is now boiling. So what you're going to do next is you are going to put the pasta into the pot, stirring it occasionally, and then when the pasta is cooked through, but it's still very firm to the bite, it's done, which should take around 5 minutes. Just take it off. Then now we just have to wait 5 minutes and stir these occasionally or until they rise up to the top, but make sure they are still firm to the bite. Alright guys, so now the shells are done. If you take one out and you touch it, it should not feel hard, but if you try to bend it, it should feel a little hard, but not super hard that you can't even move it. So now we just are going to go and dump it all out. There we go. Now make sure that you rinse these off with cold water, guys. So just go around them with cold water. Another suggestion, pick it up like this, get all the excess water out. Now let's go make our sauce mixture. Alright guys, so next with our sauce mixture, I've already started to chop the onions, but you are going to need 2 tablespoons of a chopped onion. I'm using a yellow onion for this, but don't use a red. White, I think, would be okay, but you should really use a yellow. So that's okay. Now, for our pot here, we are going to use the same pot we used for the shells because it's not going to make a big difference if you do use it. So next up, you're going to turn back on our pot, but make sure that it is on medium heat. So don't do a boil, just do regular heat. So you're going to also grab out a wooden spoon. So now take your onions. You're going to do 1. Then you are going to do 2. Mom, I'm recording, try to keep them quiet. Okay, so Make sure you grab your salt and pepper quickly. It's a half a teaspoon of salt and then half a teaspoon of pepper. There's pepper. Salt. See up top. Now you're just gonna stir around the onions, salt, and pepper until the onions are soft and translucent. Guys, quiet. Okay. Alright guys, now that our onions are translucent, another thing that it did not say to do in the recipe, but you should put a tiny bit of olive oil at the bottom so it cooks quicker. So next up, you are going to take your tomato sauce, you're going to pour it in. It will be bubbly at first. Then you are going to put in half a teaspoon of oregano. So, half a teaspoon of parsley. And then half a teaspoon of garlic powder. It does not have to be fine garlic powder. That's just what I have right now here. So now you are just going to go and mix this and then bring it to a simmer and then let it, well, after it's at a simmer, make it cook for about 5 minutes. So stir this in. Pour it in. This. Now you're gonna watch it to make it simmer, and then you're just gonna let it sit for 5 minutes. All right, guys, this is now simmering. It should not be at a full boil, but just slightly bubbly. Now you're just gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, and while that's cooking, we are gonna go over here and make our cheese mixture. First thing you're gonna get is your ricotta cheese. You're gonna need 3 cups.
They call me Ali, Boombaye, M-I-A, Boombe, baby. I go hard, so don't come lazy, come lazy. This is my party, don't be late. And how much fun can women take? You walk past and I go crazy. Oh my. Nike, checkmate, yeah, I'm moving up. Shut them all down, I like it, I get bread.
All right, so that is 3 cups of ricotta cheese. Next up, you are going to put in, well, it says on here, 16-ounce package of mozzarella cheese, and you are going to put in 3/4 of this package. So, if you look at it, I'm probably going to go up to about here. Pour it in. Next is half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Most of this is all chunks though, fortunately. All right. Then you're gonna put in another half a teaspoon of our parsley. So, then for our last ingredient, you're gonna need 2 eggs. Now you're gonna start and mix it all around till it's nice and thin. Make sure if you are using the Kraft Parmesan cheese in the box, make sure that the clumps of cheese that are normally in it are out. There we go. Okay, so now, because that is done, we can now flip our way back here because our sauce is done because it's been cooking for 5 minutes. So what you are going to do is you're going to spread half of the sauce into a 9 by 13 inch pan. Make sure it all comes down. There we go. Make sure you grab like a spatula or something. Make sure to spread it through the whole thing. So like so. Also go like this. Go like this to actually evenly coat it. Okay. So next, after that, you are going to go get your cheese mixture. And then get your shells that should be nice and dry, or sort of dried by now. Get yourself out a little board if you need to. And now you're going to take 2 spoons and you're going to take each individual shell, one by one, and put in the cheese mixture that we just created, and you're going to put them right into the sauce. So let's get cooking.
I got a tar, that black Ferrari. Zoom on in, hop in, let's get it started. Make my party, you got it, and that's why I said, hey, that's what I like about you. The way you do what you do, how you do, I like about you. Come on now, hey, that's what I like about you.
Alright guys, so now that our shells are stuffed, like me, I had about 40 shells and I ran out of sauce because I used 2 pans. So you can just use the tomato sauce that you used on the sauce that's on the bottom. Just run it on top. There we go. Like so. Then the remaining quarter of mozzarella cheese that we had left over, you are just going to simply sprinkle it over because it will melt when you put it in the oven. Make sure that your oven is preheated to 375 degrees. So now you're just gonna put the shells in the oven and wait till the mozzarella cheese is melted and bubbly, which should take about 25 to 30 minutes. Alright guys, so now this is done. Let's make our way down here. So if you can see in, it is bubbling. See up above. So this means it is done. So now, pull it out and put it up on the counter. And now our stuffed shells are complete. And so guys, that is going to wrap up this episode of our cooking and baking series. So that is going to be the end of it for you guys. If you enjoy this series, click the like button down below so I know that you guys want me to cook or bake more things. Also, please leave in the comments if you followed this video and made this for yourself. Also, the recipe, the actual recipe, it will be on my website in the very near future. So guys, I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.